So the New York Post, you mentioned, ran a story that says that people that moved down here during COVID to escape COVID tyranny are discovering that that it's hot and we have hurricanes down here and they're leaving. And do you think that your policies, like against things like transit visibility and stuff, are the reason why net migration is so much higher here?
Yeah, I saw that. I think that was a play off the NBC article. But the thing is, we led in net migration. I mean, look, this has always been a transient state. People come and go. That's normal. That happens in all states, but our state in particular has always had that. But we lead in net. And so that means that there must be a reason why people are wanting to do that. So for them to try to focus on acting like that there's an exodus because it's hot, I just don't know. It's like, okay, someone buys a home in Orlando and says, well, I don't have access to the beach that I thought I would. You bought a house in the middle of the state. I mean, that's just the way it works. And so, but yes, I think our policies have attracted folks. First, living in Florida during COVID was like living in a different country. If you were coming from Illinois or New York or some of those places. And you know how I know? Because people that implemented some of those policies sent their families to live in Florida rather than live under their oppression. So that was true. I think how we've empowered parents on education has been really important. Parents want to know that their kids are going to get an education, that they're going to have say in the matter, that they're going to know what's being taught, and that they have options to be able to find the best school. But then also law and order and crime has been a big deal. Crime was in terrible shape 2020, 21, 2022. They're saying now the statistics show around the country it's gone down. I don't know if that's true in some of those areas, but I also know that you do have an issue in kind of run-of-the-mill crimes. They don't get reported as much in some of those areas. Like if you get mugged in LA, that's like not even a big deal to them. Of course, you're not going to get prosecuted, right? Whereas here, I mean, we would take that seriously. But I absolutely think that the law and order commitment to public safety is a huge thing. And yes, we don't have an income tax. And yes, it's hotter in the summer here than it is in some other places. I don't think that's like, it takes a great investigatory journalistic enterprise to figure that out. Of course it is. That's just the nature of it. But all the more reason why what we did last week to make sure we're not going to allow these squatters to commandeer private property is really important, because you do have people that will live here 7-8 months of the year. Maybe they go to Maine or New York or even we got a lot of Canucks that come down here and own property. So you're gone for the whole summer. And again, this isn't most Floridians, but we probably have more in our state that do that than just about any other state. You go and then you come back 4 months later and someone sets up shop in your house, and then they're asserting rights against you. And then in some of these states, the property owner is the one that actually gets arrested when there's a confrontation. That's absurd. You don't have a right to squat in somebody's property. And so if you try to squat in the state of Florida, the homeowner has a very quick remedy. You call the sheriff, they send people, and they evict the squatters from your residence. That's the way it should be. That's how private property rights work.